Okay, hi all, good evening. So hope my voice is audible and the screen is visible to everyone. Can you please confirm?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, Tanvi.
so we have this question. You have to write a query to fetch the details of employee whose salary is greater than the average salary department wise. And this is the table. Okay, so let me quickly uh, explain you the question. What is the question here? So this is the department table. Actually, this is one of the scenario from my project. So once I was working in the internal project of a company. Internal project means the project in which we handle the employee data or the project which is related to HR transactions. Okay, like how many employees are there working in a company and how many employees are there department wise, what are their salary structure. Although we don't get exact access to the salary structure, but it is because usually it is encrypted. Okay, but many times the HR folks, they will ask us that, okay, tell me the average salary department wise, gender wise salary. Okay, because in many companies they have this policy that the salary difference should not be huge between the genders. Like in many companies, it happens that for the same designation, the male employees will be getting more salary as compared to female employees. It happens. So that is why they want to keep it uniform, right? There should not be much difference. And again, suppose like if there is a employee who has 5 years of experience working as a data analyst, and the other employee who's working on the same profile and with the same experience, then again the salary difference should not be huge. Okay. So the HR guys, they have to take care of all those things. I'm not sure how many of you know or you don't know this, but this is what happens. Okay, they try to, and that's why during appraisal cycle, many times you will see that in your project, someone will get a good bonus percentage and the other resource will not get that much because they have to keep it uniform. And in many times, the client or the stakeholders, they also ask this question. This type of questions are asked. Okay, because it impacts the attrition. Okay, that's a very big story, but net, this is one of the scenario in the project in which I have worked, where we have to find the employees who are earning salary greater than the average salary. Suppose if I'm considering the HR, so in the HR department, let's say here the average will be 200. So we have to find the employee who is earning salary greater than 200. And the answer will be C. So it means in the HR department, employee C is earning salary which is greater than the average salary of the HR department. Is the question clear to everyone? Similarly, you have to find for the sales department. It means you have to find for that particular employee whose salary is greater than the average salary of the sales department. So if you see the average salary of sales department, it is 500. And you could see F is the one who is earning more than 500, right? So that's the question here. So is the question clear to everyone? Is it clear? And on the similar basis, we find the premium investors, premium customers. This is also one of the parameter. In many e-commerce application or the business transactions, your stakeholders will tell you, okay, I want all the premium customers. Premium customers are those customers who are doing transaction, which is more than the average transaction of all the customers for a particular department or maybe for a particular financial year or for a particular month. So based on that, I have just created this a prototype question to that. Hope the question is clear to everyone. Please confirm me question clear hai?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now there are two approaches through which you can solve this question. Okay. First of all, I will show you solution one. And this is using CT expression and the joins. Okay. So first of all, let's try to understand the strategy. So step one, what we have to do, we have to find the average salary department wise. That is the first step. So to find the average salary department wise, I have to write here, select department name, then comma, average salary from department, and then you have to use group by. I'm not explaining all these queries. I am assuming that you all know that how this query is executed. We have a very good discussion on this in our regular SQL batch, right? But still, if anyone has question, you can please go ahead and you can ask, okay? So when I'm executing this, so you could see here that the average salary for each and every department, we have derived the average salary. Let me give it alias as AVG salary. Now what I will do, I will keep this in a CT expression. That is why I have told in each and every batch, CT is very important, guys. Okay. So if you will check this, select a star from CT1. So what I have done here, so the output of this query will be stored in CT1. So I can still like this data, this output will be stored in the CTE. So now this data will be stored in a temporary table, which is CT1. Okay. Now we have to find those employees whose salary is greater than the average salary for each and every department. So first of all, let's prepare a strategy and then I will translate that strategy into SQL query. Okay. So first of all, let's consider this HR department. So what I will do, suppose forget about the SQL query. Okay, suppose we have to do this task manually. And if I have to find the employee who is earning salary greater than this 200 in the HR department, then what I have to do? I have to check in this department table for the HR. So it means I have to search first of all HR data in this table. So this is HR, this is HR, this is HR. So these three records will be selected if I'm joining department and CT1 table based on the department name column. Okay, got it? So that is the first task I will do here. I will join a dot department name, comma a dot average salary from CT1. I'm giving alias A to CT1 and I will join this with the department table to whom I'm giving the alias as B, and the joining condition is A dot department name equals B dot department name, and from the table B as well. That is what I have told you. When you're writing SQL queries, go step by step in the incremental fashion. It is not necessary that you will get all the logic in one go. Okay, see, right now I just thought I have to compare for each and every department. So first of all, let's join this department and CT1 table based on the department name column. So that is what I'm trying to do here. CT1, I have taken the table alias as A. Department, I have taken the table alias as B. I'm joining this CT1 and department table based on the department name. And because I don't have a clarity here that what all columns I have to select, so on a safer side, I have told this, you select all the columns whatever you have. I will select B dot department name, B dot employee name. Once you will get good maturity, then while writing the query, you will understand that what all columns you have to select. But when you are just starting with the SQL, don't bother okay, what column to select, what not to select. In the initial, keep all the columns in the select. Okay. I do understand. Yeah, that's a common sense. I'm not telling if you're working in projects. So in the table, you can have 50 columns or 100 columns. I'm not telling in that case, you have to put all the columns in the select clause. That's a common sense. I'm not telling that. But when you're practicing, when you're working on the assignment, you will not be having that much number of columns. So you can write all the columns in the select. Okay. Now let me execute it. I executed this query and this is the output. So first of all, let's analyze this data. And this is a simple inner join. And you could see like in this, I have used aggregate function in this CT and I'm joining CT with department, right? This is the data. Now see, now let's analyze this. And this will help us to prepare our next strategy. So this is the department name. Now, check for each and every department. For HR, first of all, consider this. For HR, the average salary is 200. So when you will join this department and CT1 table based on the department name column, so like this HR will map with this HR, this HR will map again with this HR, this HR will map again with this HR, because you know that in inner join or any join, if you have multiple records or duplicate records, each and every combination is considered, right? So that is why for this HR record, you will get all these three combinations, and as a result, you have these three records. So this HR, this average salary from this table, and from this department table, you're getting all these three records. So first of all, this combination is clear to everyone. Okay. Similarly, you are getting this cells record, all the three combinations for cells. Then for tech, you have all the three combinations. Hope this is clear to everyone. Now, what next? Out of this salary, you have to check the one which is greater than this average salary, correct? So now tell me what should be the next condition. Can anyone tell me what should be the next condition in this query? Any idea, any thoughts? No?
And
See,
operator.
and operator you have to apply, but on which condition? You are
Like salary should be greater than average salary.
correct. So this salary should be greater than this average salary, right? So this salary is nothing but B dot salary. So B dot salary should be greater than this A dot average salary. So that is the condition you have to write, and you can write here and B dot salary greater than this A dot average salary. Now you execute this and check the output. Now you see in HR, average salary is 200, but the employee C salary is 300, which is greater than 200, which is the average. Sales average salary is 500, but for employee F, whose salary is 600, is greater than 500. For tech, average is 800, and you have the employee I, whose salary is 900, which is greater than 800. Now, in the question, they have just asked the details of employee whose salary is greater than the average salary department wise. It means you have to display only this department name and this employee name. As per the question, they're not asking you to display average salary and the salary of those employees. So we will remove all these columns and this column as well from here, and just execute this. You have this final output. So these employees are getting salary greater than the average salary. So generally what happens during appraisal, they will not get much hike. This is a general trend. I'm not telling, maybe in a particular company it can be different. So I don't want to discuss on that topic, okay? Because generally appraisal and the percentage bonus, what you get, it depends on many other parameters. I'm not discussing on it. So hope this is clear to everyone. Okay. Now here I have a question. So this condition, I have written this condition in on clause, right? With and operator. So my question is, same query. Can I write like this? That I will keep this in where clause. So do you think it will work or it will give you different output?
It will work.
Okay, we'll get the same output.
Yes.
Yes, because where runs after select, so its output should be same.
Okay, check the output. Are you getting the same output? So I executed, we are getting the same output, right? See, actually what I want to test, suppose if I'm taking your interview and if I will ask this question. So actually what I want to test here, do you know this concept? If it is inner join, So this type of filter condition or you can apply either in on clause or you apply in where clause, you'll be getting the same output. If you remember, we have discussed this in our SQL class. But if it is left join or right join, you have to be careful, because if you're using the conditions in on clause and if you're using the condition in where clause, the output can be different. Yeah, we have already discussed it, right? So hope this is clear to everyone. Okay. Now there is one more solution to this. Okay, and the second solution. So here I have tried to solve this using joins and the which operator? CT expression. Okay. Now we have one more solution to this question. So here what I will try to do, I will write here select star from department, and suppose this is A, where salary greater than select average salary from department B, where A dot department name equals B dot department name. This is also one of the solution. Check it. Are you getting the same output in this department name and CFI? Let me write
Yes,
here
sir.
A dot department name, comma A dot employee name. If you will check here, you are getting the same output. Can you tell me what is the name of the function which I have used here, or the keyword?
Sir, correlated subquery, sir. This is
Yes, this is based on correlated query. So let me explain how this query is getting executed. So here I'm telling SQL engine, okay, I want department name and employee name from department A, correct? If you read this query till here, it is very simple. Okay, we want department name and employee name from department A. But here you have this condition where salary. So when the SQL engine will execute this part where salary, the SQL engine will understand that, okay, from department A, we have to fetch department name and employee name only for those records which is satisfying this condition. Which condition? This condition, right? So in this case, what will happen? This department table will take 2 copies of this. And this is an example of correlated query which I'm trying to explain here. So this is department A. And then I will take one more copy of this. This is department B. So in this case, what will happen? The engine will start execution with the first record. Let me change the color of this. It will start with the first record. This is how it works. So it will start with the first record. And engine will think whether to select this or not, but this will be selected if this condition is getting satisfied. So what is the condition? This salary. Let's change the color for this. This salary should be greater than this particular, the value of this particular query. Now, what is the value of this query? Here you are trying to derive the average salary from department B. So this is department B. Here you are trying to derive the average salary, but where A dot department name equals B dot department name. So here for this particular record, what is the value of A dot department name? It is HR. So here in this case, you have to derive the average salary only for those records where A dot department name equals B dot department name. So for this case, what is the value of A dot department name? It is HR. And B dot department name, it means this 3 has the value HR. So it means you have to find the average salary only for the records where department name is HR. It means you have to find the average salary of this. So the SQL engine will derive the average salary from the department B wherever it is HR. So average for this will be 200. So when this query will be executed for this particular first record, this inner query, this blue color query value will be how much? 200. Because the average salary for the HR department will be 200 here. Now it will check this condition. Do you think this 100 is greater than 200? No. So this record will be rejected. Okay. Then SQL engine will pick the next record, this one. Then again on the same line, it will again check the average salary from department B, where A dot department name equals B dot department name. So A dot department name is HR. So B dot department means you have to find the average salary only for the HR. So again, SQL engine will derive the average salary for this. So this average salary will be 200. Again, it will compare this 200. Is this greater than 200? No. So this record will also be rejected. And then it will jump to the next record. Again, for this record, it has to derive the average salary, where A dot department name equals B dot department name. Here A dot department name is HR. B dot department name is HR for this record. So again, the average will be 200. Now it will check whether this 300 is greater than 200. Yes, it is greater than 200. So this record will be selected. Similarly, when it will go for the next record cells, then now it will first of all derive the average salary for the cells. So now these records will be selected because these are the cells record. And then for the cells record, the average will be the average of this number, which is 500. So do you think this 400 is greater than 500? No. So this will be rejected. Similarly, engine will find for the other values. And this is an example of correlated query. Hope this is clear. So we have two solutions for this. You can solve either with the help of this, or you can solve with the help of this correlated query. So that's the solution. Do you have any question, anyone? Hope you all have understood this. Yeah.
Only one question.
Yes.
Performance wise, I think CT1 will be better, right?
Coming to the performance. So one thing I want to highlight here, generally correlated query are not good from performance perspective. Okay. But that is not always a rule. Many times you will see that the correlated query will be better in performance as compared to CT or joins or subqueries. But many times I have seen LinkedIn, people will write like, okay, don't use correlated query, always use joins. It depends here. Suppose you are using 10 joins and if you're using only one correlated query, so obviously correlated query will be better in performance as compared to using 10 joins, right? In this case, obviously this will be better in performance, far better. Because here engine has to derive average only once now. Tell me. Here only once engine will derive the average and it will keep that in the CT1. That's all. The story is over. But here in this case, when the engine will pick each and every record, it has to derive average salary. So minimum, how many records you have? You have 9 records. So 9 times it has to derive the average salary. Then it will compare it. Right. So that's a hectic task. So that's why here this first query will be better in performance as compared to this correlated query. But when you're practicing, okay, so you don't think about performance. You have to think that you should be able to solve the question by multiple ways. Okay. Then you can think, okay, which one is better from performance? You should compare it. Hope I have answered your question, Akhil.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine.
correlate query, sir, the answer नहीं है sir लिखना sir. Like one of the hardest in a SQL, like correlated query लिखना ना.
Hardest, it is a little bit tricky actually, but you know, like it is a very beautiful concept. See what is happening here. This outer query, this red color query will pick this first record. है ना? See, why I'm telling this is a very beautiful concept. It will pick the first record and then it will tell to the inner query कि भाई तुम इसका ना average निकालो, right? It will tell to this inner query कि give me the average salary wherever this department is same as the department. So the inner query will now derive the average wherever it has the same department. So it is HR. So the inner query will quickly find the average wherever the department is HR. It will derive it and then it will give back to the outer query. Okay, the average is 200. So now the outer query will take judgment, okay, whether to select or not. Then the outer query will go to the next record. Then again, outer query will tell to the inner query, now give me the average salary for this department. Inner query will derive the average salary. It will give back to the outer query. So it's like two person, they are sitting and they're interacting with each other, right? And that's why the name is
Ye-
correlated, because they have a correlation between them. Okay, so if you think from that perspective, it's a very beautiful concept. But yes, I do understand, like it's a little bit difficult to understand in the beginning. Okay. Okay, so any other
Yes.
question? Huh, yeah.
So, means I have solved it using Windows with aggregate.
Windows
So
with aggregate. Huh, I think you can solve using that way as well. Yes.
yeah,
Maybe
I
dense
have
rank you might have used there.
no, means
Hmm.
average sal I have sent the query in the chat. Can you please see?
Okay, 1 minute. Let me check. Okay, 1 minute, Ritvich. Let me copy the query. So this is solution 4. So what you have done here, first of all, you have derived the average salary over partition by department ID as average salary from department C. Okay, this is fine. You have derived the average salary here. Okay. One thing I want to tell, this is fine. Okay, I'm not telling anything about query. One generic thing I'm telling, I have not checked the entire query. Generic thing which I want to tell you here. You see, in this query, if you are using department name, employee name, I don't think this department ID is required, right? So why you are using this? Because when you use more columns in the select clause, that also impacts the performance. I'm telling this for everyone. Okay. So if a column is not required, don't use it. Okay. But this is fine. Maybe you are using it for the practice purpose, but in project or interview, don't use a column if it is not required. Okay. So you're deriving the average salary partition by, okay. This is what you have done here. 500 and this is 800. Okay, after that, what you are doing from CT1 where salaries get, this is also good. This is also correct solution. You can solve like using this also. This is also correct, with which.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. But in this department ID you can remove, and here we just need a department name and salary. So you have used the window function. That is fine, correct. This is also correct solution. Very good. Okay, any other question? No, fine then. So thanks a lot for joining. We will share the recording. Okay, thank you. Take care.
सर
Bye.
सर एक
Yeah.
मिनट सर
हाँ सत्यकी.
सर आपने कहा था पैरेलल एग्जीक्यूशन सर आप एक क्लास लेंगे सर
अच्छा ठीक है. तो next session I
एक
will plan it. And Satyaki, you
ओके
ping me like what exactly you're looking in that parallel execution, any particular
ओके
scenario you have.
ओके
Okay, we'll plan it.
ओके
Okay,
थैंक यू
sure, fine. Any other question? Any other topic which you want me to cover in the next session? Okay, let me know. You can ping in our alumni group. Okay, thank you. Take care.
You.
Bye.